Hey, so if you follow my channel, you know that my recent little tradition is to quickly do a movie ranking before I get to the big, spectacular death ranking of slasher films, much like Saw, Final Destination, and Scream. And now we're doing Child's Play. So yeah, soon enough, after this video, which just is going to quickly go through the movies, I'm going to be doing a big, spectacular, big old death ranking. But let's get to just the simple one, talking about the movies, shall we? Okay, so there are 8 Child's Play movies. Some are called Chucky, some are called Child's Play. We'll get to that soon. And I may have some controversial opinions here. I may piss some people off if I'm being honest. Now, I do enjoy all of the Child's Play movies somewhat. It's not my favorite franchise, you know. Child's Play Chucky doesn't have my heart like Freddy Krueger does with Nightmare on Elm Street. That is really where, you know, that's who I'm faithful to. But I do enjoy me some Child's Play as well. So let's get to it. Coming in at number 8 is Bride of Chucky. I think that Bride of Chucky, honestly, I just think it's the most silly of them in a way that's not great. Does that make sense? I think they're all silly, and I think the silliness of the Child's Play movies is what makes them so great. But Bride of Chucky just tries too hard to be too funny, and I don't super appreciate all of the humor. But I do kind of like all the story with Tiffany and all that stuff. There's a lot in here to enjoy as well, and yeah, I do like it. I think that the main character, like the human characters, are fairly boring. You know, I'm not super invested in their story or whatever, but this one definitely does start to show kind of the relationship with Tiffany and Chucky, and kind of the fun that they can have with that dynamic, which is obviously a very original one that you don't see in a lot of movies. So I do enjoy that. Not my favorite, my least favorite, in fact, but I do still enjoy it, and so yeah. Then number 7 is Seed of Chucky. Bride and Seed are actually my least favorite, which may be a very unpopular opinion. I'm not sure. Seed of Chucky I do think is that little bit better just because of Glenn/Glenda and that whole thing that's going on with that character. I do kind of like that. They're kind of like this cute little character, this evil, disturbing little character. There's a lot going on with that character and the morals and everything. I do enjoy that, and I enjoy kind of like the meta narrative that's going on there. They try and be more funny when it comes to the in real life references, and sometimes it can be a little bit much, like the Britney Spears thing. It's like, okay, that's kind of an easy jab. Like, I don't know, whatever. It's 2004. I get it. I understand why you're doing it, but it's not like a joke that's made for me. But I do like the whole Jennifer Tilly like the Jennifer Tilly thing, who looks like Tiffany's old human body, and then she's gonna transfer her soul into that body, and like the whole silliness with that, and they're making that Chucky Goes Psycho movie. I do like the kind of little things like that, all the details in there that kind of build up for this franchise to be this unique little funny dumb thing. I enjoy those little moments. Then number 6 is Child's Play 3, which I think is an underrated movie, to be honest. It's kind of like the weird outlier. It's kind of the black sheep of the family, you know, like it's kind of like this weird one that doesn't quite fit in, but I like it. I like that it goes for a different setting. It's set in that military boot camp thing, and that's just kind of an interesting place to set a slasher movie. You don't see that every day, ever, really. What other slasher movie is set in a military base? None. And I like that, and it makes sense that that's the direction that Andy Barclay will go in as well. Like, he hasn't had much of a home life and everything, and he's found a place to kind of belong, and I kind of understand that as well, that aspect. And I don't know, there's just a lot I like in here, to be honest. I do think it's surprisingly good for a third movie in a slasher series, you know. I like it. Then coming in at number 5 is Curse of Chucky. Now, we're going really out of the normal territory for where the trajectory of where the Child's Play series had been leading up until this point. Curse of Chucky in 2013, nearly 10 years after the last film, Seed of Chucky, really pumps the brakes and turns into something that to take a little bit more seriously, though there's still a lot of silly things going on because it is a possessed killer doll still. This one turns more into a standard kind of haunted house movie, and it's kind of like set up sort of like a whodunit, but we know who done it. Like, it's obviously none of the actual characters, it's Chucky, but like there's just a lot of different personalities in there to get taken out one by one in just this creepy house, and I do like that setting, and yeah, it's just kind of a cool direction for this series to go in. Then number 4 is Cult of Chucky, which is the follow-up to Curse of Chucky. This one is set in a mental asylum type of place where Nika, because of the events of the last film, has been blamed for the death of her entire family, because obviously no one's going to believe her that Chucky, a killer doll, doll killed her family. So yeah, she is put away. And I really do like the setting of this movie because everything is pure white bliss, snow. It's snowing outside, the walls are all white, everyone's wearing white because they're either patients or doctors or whatever. And then there's like just this colorful little Chucky doll who brings that light and color into the world by killing everyone around him. You know, instead of the walls being all white, there's a bit of red on them. He just stands out so much from the world that this movie's set in, and I really do enjoy that element to it. And yeah, I don't know, I like this one quite a lot. And I was surprised by how serious some of it was and how it kind of made me feel some emotions. It's like, what are you doing to me, Cult of Chucky? I don't know. I was surprised by how dark and haunting this one was as well. Then number 3 is the original Child's Play. It's obviously a classic. I think it's really good. And I was actually surprised by how much I enjoyed it, because sometimes you go back to these older movies and they're like not as kind of as good as you might expect them to be for a movie that like has spawned off like multiple sequels and everything. But no, I totally get why this one made a bunch of sequels. This movie's awesome. It's really fun, and the personality in Chucky is right there from the start. Like the whole Charles Lee Ray thing in a dead, possessed doll situation that's going on there, and how he's kind of a smartass, and it's kind of funny, but it's also dark and legitimately kind of scary as well. It's all there. It's all there in this original one, and it's awesome. Then number 2 is Child's Play 2. I think that Child's Play 2, it's neck and neck with my next one, which is a controversial pick, but Child's Play 2 is everything that a Child's Play movie should and can be, where, you know, you've got a character who is going around looking like not an idiot because he's a kid, but nobody will believe him, you know, that Chucky is a possessed doll and whatever, much like what we see in Cult of Chucky later on as well. It's a great kind of atmosphere to set characters in this world where people will not believe them, because it's a very unbelievable situation. But I do like the whole setting around the foster home that Andy is now living in, and then the toy factory at the end is just the best climax in any of the Child's Play movies by far. I absolutely love it. It's so iconic, and I don't know, Child's Play 2 is just really fun, and I like it a lot. There's a lot of good kills in there as well. Then number 1 is the 2019 Child's Play. It's my favorite one. The reboot, the remake. I'm so sorry. I know it's probably like considered sacrilegious. I know it's probably like I'm offending the big fans of this series and everything. I'm so sorry, but I absolutely love the 2019 series. I really fucking do. Not series, movie, sorry. I think that the characters, like the human characters, are the best ones that we get throughout the entire series by far. Now, you do sacrifice a little bit of Chucky's personality there a little bit. I will say that the Chucky that is depicted in 2019 Child's Play is not my favorite Chucky, okay? But it is my favorite movie overall. My favorite Chucky is probably, honestly, from Seed of Chucky, if I'm being honest. That's not my favorite movie at all, but I do like the direction that Chucky has in that movie in terms of how much of a smartass he is and all that kind of stuff. In the 2019 one, he's a bit more dry, he's more, you know, he's a bit more of a robot. That's kind of the point. But everything else that the movie does, it's hilarious, it is very brutal, it's possibly the most brutal of all of the Child's Play films, and I love it. I love it so much. I can't wait for the TV show to come out. I think that's like next month or something now, so pretty soon. And yeah, I'm pretty keen to see what direction that goes in. Yeah, let me know if you're looking forward to that as well, or if I'm just some sort of idiot. Do you think it looks terrible? Let me know. I think it looks cool. If it turns out to be good or really bad, I'll probably do a video on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, all that stuff. Gonna get out of here. Don't forget to do the YouTuber things and all that stuff. Goodbye.